Imagine a classroom buzzing with activity. It's the kind of day where everyone is quietly working on their assignments, pencils scratching away, eyes glued to worksheets. In this room sits Alex, a student just like many others, but with one small difference. Alex is always the first to raise their hand when the teacher asks who wants to try a tricky math problem or lead a new project. While some of Alex's classmates shy away from difficult tasks, worried about making mistakes or looking silly in front of others, Alex seems almost excited by the challenge. It's not that these hard problems are easy for Alex. In fact, sometimes they are even more difficult. But Alex's secret isn't talent or luck. It's something called a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, good strategies, and help from others. People with a growth mindset understand that challenges are opportunities to learn, and that mistakes are an important part of growing. In contrast, a fixed mindset is the belief that abilities are static, meaning you're either good at something or not, and there's not much you can do to change that. One day, Alex's teacher comes into the classroom holding a stack of papers. She announces a special challenge, a set of math problems so tough that even she struggled with them. She asks if anyone would like to tackle the hardest one first. The room is silent. Some students glance at their desks, others at the clock, hoping the moment will pass. But Alex's hand shoots up, eyes shining with curiosity. The teacher smiles and hands the problem to Alex. As Alex begins to work, it becomes clear that this is no ordinary puzzle. The numbers don't seem to fit together, and every time Alex thinks they're on the right track, they hit a dead end. The frustration builds, and for a moment, Alex feels stuck. Some classmates watch, whispering, "I would never try that," or "Alex must be so smart." But what they don't realize is that Alex feels just as lost as anyone else. Still, instead of giving up, Alex keeps at it, trying different approaches, and asking the teacher for hints. What if I broke the problem down into smaller steps? Alex wonders. After several tries, with eraser shavings sprinkled across their page, something clicks. The answer emerges, not in a sudden burst of brilliance, but through steady, persistent effort. When the teacher checks the work, she smiles. "Well done, Alex. You made mistakes, tried again, and didn't give up. That's what learning looks like." Alex grins, but the biggest reward isn't praise or a sticker. It's the sense of accomplishment that comes from conquering something once thought impossible. In that moment, Alex learns an important lesson. Growth doesn't come from doing what is easy. It comes from stretching beyond what you can already do, from daring to take on challenges, even at the risk of failing. So how can anyone develop a growth mindset, just like Alex? The journey begins with changing the way you see challenges, effort, and mistakes. First, start by welcoming challenges instead of avoiding them. When faced with a tough problem or a new skill to learn, it's normal to feel uncomfortable. But remind yourself, this is where learning happens. Instead of thinking, "This is too hard, I'm not good at this," try saying, "This is a chance to get better. The harder it is, the more I'll grow." Next, recognize the power of effort. Sometimes we believe that talent is all that matters, that you're either born good at something or not. But countless studies show that effort plays a huge role in success. When you practice, make mistakes, and keep pushing forward, you create new connections in your brain. This means that every time you try, you're actually getting smarter and stronger. Mistakes, far from being something to fear, should be celebrated. They are proof that you're challenging yourself and learning. Instead of thinking, "I failed," say, "I haven't figured it out yet." Notice that word, yet. It means your story isn't over, and there's always a next step you can take. A growth mindset also involves seeking feedback and learning from others. Alex wasn't afraid to ask the teacher for hints or to try a different strategy. Learning from comments, correcting mistakes, and sharing ideas with classmates are all ways to improve. Remember, nobody becomes great alone. Help and guidance from others are a secret superpower on the path to growth. Now, reflect on your own life for a moment. Is there something you've always found difficult? A subject at school, a sport, a skill like drawing or playing music? Maybe you tried and didn't succeed the first time, or it seemed like other people were just naturally better. That's normal. But what if you viewed that difficulty as your greatest opportunity, instead of a reason to give up? Start small. Choose something just beyond your comfort zone. A puzzle that takes a bit longer, a book with bigger words, a new move in your favorite game. When it feels tough, remind yourself, challenge accepted. Treat each setback as a clue guiding you closer to the solution. With each effort, you are growing. Parents and teachers can help too. If you see someone struggling, encourage them to keep trying and celebrate the effort, not just the outcome. When someone says, "I can't do this," add "yet." Remind them of Alex and the hard math problem. The victory isn't in being right the first time, but in choosing to try again and again. Remember, the path to a growth mindset is a journey, not a destination. There will always be new challenges, tougher problems, and bigger dreams. But every time you raise your hand to volunteer, just like Alex, you are taking a bold step forward. You are choosing growth over comfort and opening the door to a world of possibilities. So the next time a challenge comes your way, big or small, don't shy away. Smile, take a deep breath, and say, "Challenge accepted." The adventure of learning is just beginning. And with a growth mindset, you have everything it takes to meet each challenge, learn from it, and become the very best version of yourself. Seek growth, not ease, and see how far you can go. Thanks for tuning in to Smiley Toon TV. If you enjoyed today's journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to keep the smiles coming. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep this adventure going together. Stay positive, keep smiling, and let your mind wander.